Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's Greg here again with the first sort of update on the Zvezda 1/350th scale Oriol pre-dreadnought, Russian obviously. So far so good, nice kit. Yeah, for the money you pay, it's certainly a nice kit. Obviously it's lacking in a bit of detail, but if you know what you're doing you can always add things, but I don't know what I'm doing, so it's the first one I've built in 30 odd years, so just taking my time with it. So we'll go through what I've done so far. See, this is, put these out of the way just for now. I've got the upper, sorry, the hold up, these aren't on yet. I'll take them off actually for now. So far I've got the whole lower hull. It needs, obviously needs weathered, yeah, but I've done that with the splatter thing, the mask. It's like a rusty colour on top of the oxide red, which it needs weathering down, yeah, and it's got a silk, a satin coat on it at the moment. This is the sort of the third grey colour I've put on there. It needs working with maybe a few bits of oils and streaks and one thing and another, but the fit was perfect, you know. I didn't have too much of a seam line here, as you can see. There's very little seam line left showing. Obviously that's part of the seam underneath, obviously with the from the back of the propeller, as you can see. The seam line isn't, you know, and it's not enough for what you want. You can't really see it anyhow. It's not going to really be seen. I'm debating. It depends on how I do this bottom hull and how it comes out before I decide if I'm going to put it onto a diorama. If it comes out nice and I put a work into it, then I'll just show this as it is. Maybe the next ship I can maybe buy one of them waterline ones and do it that way. Maybe easier. Yeah, so it went together perfectly well. There's no problems at all with the fit. You know, fair size ship for a pre-dreadnought. It's got reasonable detail, so we'll put that on there for now. We've got the decks. These are all just primed in a grey again. All the, you know, all the little nooks and crannies that goes in with a ship. So because I've got this to go onto it. The wooden. I think I've taken all the inserts out, so this is ready to go when I decide to put it on, which will hopefully be soon. So that's going to go on the deck, so it'll make it look quite nice, and there's a chain in there as well. So the fit is really nice. It's it goes on really well. Just need to clip it in. Almost press fits in, but no, it did yesterday. Oh, it's just me probably messing around with it. Yeah, that fits in there nicely as well. So once I get the decking on there, it'll look really quite nice. So I'll just move out of the way for now. I've done the funnels. They're done. Seams out of those. They've this been primed in Mr. Surfacer 1000, and I've drilled out the very top. If you can see the very top of the pipes. Presumably the pipes in for steam and whatever. So I've drilled them out as well. So they're done. So I drilled out all the portholes as well on the ship itself. As you can see, they're all drilled out. Just makes it a bit better in my opinion. And I'm going to start on the lifeboats. I see, I've just tried a bit of the because it comes with a bit of this stuff as well. So I've just tried it on the one of the lifeboats. This needs all weathered and you know, detailed and things, and I'll wash and whatever on it. But I just thought I'd try it out, and I put a waterline on these with a white base and grey for the. I'm not too sure if I'm going to keep it grey or do I do wood on it. I'm not too sure. I think I'll probably keep these ones grey. So that's alright, they come out quite well. And there's some more. I've lost quite a lot of these actually. Quite a lot of lifeboats on this ship. I've just coated them in a grey primer as well, and then a bit of white, which all needs weathering obviously. And I put a wood effect on the actual lower hull, if you can see. So I'm going to paint these wood, I think. Get a nice wood texture on there. So they'll be painted wood colour, and then inside obviously they're just going to be weathered inside, and a bit of washing there, one thing and another. So that's the lifeboats. I shall just pop those over there, those over there, and we've got some of the superstructure, which is all here, and again I've got the portholes drilled out of it, even the skylights at the top. as well. This needs to be same with colour. Colour needs to be changed. Yeah, this is a bit darker than the other one at the moment, so it needs a bit of light grey, I think. Once it's built up, I'll come top down on it, and it'll show the grey on them. So all these are done. All the superstructure is there, well 90% of it. It's all primed and cleaned. I did the propellers. I thought I seen somebody on, I don't know who it was, one shipbuilder, and I thought and I seen a picture online of a ship that's been dry dock, and the propeller has got like algae, I suppose it is, isn't it? It's oxidization, I should say, not algae. It's going to go on the side of the ship, oxidization. So I thought I'd try doing something along those lines. It isn't quite finished yet, but then if I can get into there, you can see my fingers perhaps. I use the old Humbrol bronze as well on this, and then bit of a flat brown as well, dark brown, and then I put a bit of I mixed up some white and green just to get that sort of oxidization colour. Hey, it ain't working too bad, just needs a bit of adjusting slightly, but yeah, it's worked out quite well. And on the reverse as well, obviously you've got to do the reverse, you can see on the reverse as well. So they're done. I'm going to add them yet because obviously they'll get knocked off if shooters looking at them. Got the stand primed. I may change the stand here, but it's all primed in grey, so probably do have black or something. Right, I've got some more superstructure and the armament, which we've got done as well. So there's bits of, this is superstructure as well. It's all primed there again. I've done all the holes out again on this as well. They're done. The main armament is here, and I've actually made some blast bags out of tissue paper and made them small. If you can see, I've got to be painted yet white. I made some blast bags on them as well, because there wasn't obviously any, but there is on the ship itself. It shows you on the picture, so I've made some using tissue. That come out not too bad. Obviously these all need weathering and one thing and another yet. And the brass barrels, as you can see, I've worked a treat. I've left them in that position because how it's attached in there is quite weak, and when the brass goes onto it, it was just flopping about, so I glued them into place. Yeah, so that's the main armament. And again, I've done the secondary armament exactly the same, made blast bags for that as well. Just the same. I'm quite happy with those. Right, let's move those away out of the way. I've done all the these have all got little brass barrels as well. It took quite a bit to do it, to drill them out. You can see all the blast. I don't know if you can see the ends of them. They've got holes in. Maybe it might not pick it up. Let's put my hand completely behind it. I might pick it up if I can show them. They took a bit of doing, getting them all in, taking them off and drilling a little hole and putting the brass pipes in, brass guns in. There. And these ones as well. They're all done as well. Sorry, they've all been done as well. Even these ones are even smaller. So I've got them all done there. Just need putting on obviously as we're going along. Need weathered and things, of course, but yeah, took a bit of time to do those, but got them done. These are to go inside the upper hull. Casement guns sit in those. I'm leaving that black to cause a shadow in there, and the gun's going to go and sit in there into the little indentations there. But I think I'm going to weather the lower hull before I attach the deck and all these kind of things, because I'll break them otherwise. So that's what I'm going to do, or attempt to do, I should say. I'm enjoying it, say, for the first time in 30 years. I'm really enjoying building a ship. Quite nice. I still prefer the armour, but yeah, got my ships. I don't mind a ship now and again. I've got a couple in my stash, and these are all cleaned up. These are all for the masts. They're all cleaned up and not primed or anything yet. They're all just cleaned up, and what I'm going to do is make them up and then prime them. Be easy for the glue to set as well. So that's all in there, all cleaned. It took quite a while to clean everything that I wanted, but you know, it has to be done. And again, in here we have more old pieces all cleaned up. I'll show you where we are. Sorry, I'll show you these first. They're all being cleaned and sanded. Where's me little tweezers? You never find them when you want them, can you? Yeah. These are Cowlings, I presume they're called on a ship. I'm not 100% sure, but this finish needs sanding, yeah. But they were solid, so I've drilled those out as well as best I can. Obviously you can't go right too far, but I'll put a colour in there to make it look everything is dark. Some people have painted them red, I don't know yet. We shall see. So I like to do 4 of those. More stuff in here. This is I think these are part of the cranes, I think. I'm not 100% sure, I can't remember without looking. And these will go along with tops. These are all primed, these go along where the funnels are. So, you know, all little bits and pieces are in there as well. The anchors, more mast pieces. Yep, all that kind of stuff in there. And I think that's about it at the moment. That's where we are with the ship build. It's coming along reasonably nicely and quickly. Well, not quickly, I shouldn't say that really, but oh, there's some other bits on the sprues yet, haven't we? Which we what was that? Sellotape. Stay there. There's these bits for the ships on there, and if we look at the searchlights, I need it more yellow than, if you can see on the searchlights there, they've got like a silver behind them, but I haven't got a clear yellow, so I'll try to clear your orange. Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. I'll try and dull it down a little bit, but yeah, they're all and some more. I don't know if they go on the side of the ship. They're not the big anchors, obviously. They're just the small anchors. Obviously, parts for the other parts for the lifeboats are on that one. Gloves in there. Anything else on those bits that worth mentioning? No, they're all just superstructure bits and jibs and things like that, and the for the lifeboats. I can even remember what they're called. So I'm going to spray. I couldn't find any specifically for this ship online, so I just got a Gerenic set, what do you want to call it? So I'm going to spray these grey before I put them on. I'll just spray with the surface primer and then give it another coat of other stuff. I'll give it a coat of that, what's it called? This stuff. Mr. Metal Primer. I'll give it a coat of that with a brush and then I'll paint it. So I'll leave it out actually. I can do that after I've done this. It's got a few decals to go on the front. This crest goes on the front bow, and the name, which is here and here, goes on the rear. So I haven't got to worry about too much decals. And we do have some flags as well, which I'll use. I've seen a few people putting aluminium foil behind them, so I'll try that when I get to that. Some more deck pieces here which have got to be sprayed. The deck colour, because it's different from the actual blanking, so these have got to be sprayed. I've got a pale brown, which is this one as nearest I've got. What I need, I might just mix a little bit of deck tan into that as well. So that's going to go on all these pieces here. And then I'll mask them all off and then go around with and spray all this the grey colour as well. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Got all those to spray, so it won't take long to do them. I'll leave them out as well. That can be done today and left for another day to mask them off and then spray the grey. So that's where we are. Obviously I've got some of this easy line, whatever it's called, like a rigging. Never used it before, so there's a little bit of rigging on it. we shall have an attempt to try and do that as well. Yeah, so yeah, I'm enjoying it. It's just a nice change from the armour. Completely different way of building. Obviously you have to paint a lot more parts before you add them to the ship. Especially the low, like I say, I'm going to try and I'm going to get some Oriols out shortly, leave them, put them onto a bit of cardboard and leave them for a while, and then we'll start on this. I'm quite pleased with the actual hull because it's nice. I've got a nice clean line on there as well. It's worked quite well. Yeah, not bad for a first time getting the seam. There's a little seam there, but once it's in there, standing, you're not going to see it. The same again. I've got quite a nice line around the bow as well. Sorry, around the stern as well as the bow. I had to sort of fill that one there and sand it down, that little piece. I don't know what it's for. It's something on the front and reverse. I'll have to have a look because there's a big hole in it. So I've just put a bit of filler in there, sanded that, and I've got that down there as well. So there's I think the decals go around about here, and then on the bow they go just about there on the bow. Yes, so that's where we are on the Zvezda 1/350th Oriol pre-dreadnought battleship. I think it was one of the only survivors. I think there's a few sisters. There's the Bordino, there's the, whatever is it called, I can't remember what it's called. The, yeah, I'm not going to attempt to say because I've got it in my stash. It's the same ship anyhow, one of the sister ships anyhow. So I think there's 3 or 4 of them, but on the Battle of Terashima, is it Terashima? Where the Japanese hammered them. Because they sailed that far from, I think it was from the Red Sea, from the Black Sea Fleet. It sailed that far around to Japan. Yeah, so I've been reading a little bit of bits and pieces about it, a bit of history about it, which is always nice to find out a little bit of history about the ships and over whatever you build. Yeah, so that's where we are with the ship. Tomorrow I'll do an unboxing of one of my Giro designs. I'll do the well, I won't tell you what they are, but I've got a couple of them to show you anyhow. So maybe on the next couple, or definitely I'll do one tomorrow, I think. So this is Greg. Thank you. Put your teeth back in. Thank you very much for subscribing, and to all my subscribers, new and old, thank you for the kind comments again. Being lazy, haven't replied. You know, I don't deserve it. You know, really, with all these nice comments when I don't reply. I find if I put a heart, but I'm just so lazy at replying. I'm going to have to change my ways. So thank you once again. And we shall see you with the next update on the Oriol and the unboxing of one of the Giro Designs buildings. So this is Greg signing off, and we'll catch you tomorrow.